Hi, my name is Niyi Odunsi, helping you succeed in your love relationships. Today I'm going to be talking to you about married myths. Married myths. Now, what is a myth? Now, a myth is a widely held belief or idea that is simply not true. It's a widely held belief or idea that is simply not true. Now, you've probably heard of the leprechaun. Now, that's an Irish fairy, lives the outskirts of Ireland. He's a short, mischievous fellow, and of course, he carries about with him the famous pot of gold. If you're able to get this pot of gold, you're made for life. You become wealthy beyond your wildest dreams. Also, interestingly, we have in African mythology, we have specifically among the Yoruba, we have the Egbere, that's also a mythical, mythological creature who is also short, mischievous, lives in the forest, and of course, he has a mat. He has a mat and he's always weeping. I don't know why, but he's always weeping. And then, if you get a hold of that mat, you're made for life, just like the leprechaun's pot of gold. Okay, so now, but myths are dangerous because they're just not true. So, if you take decisions, life decisions, based on a myth, you're not likely to be happy with the results you're going to get. And of course, if you take your decisions about marriage, even love relationships, based on myths, of course, you're going to end up unhappy, you're going to end up with sorrow, you're going to end up with broken marriages, separation. It's just going to be a disaster. So, this is why we have to talk about this myth so that you have an understanding, okay, of whether they're really true or false. Now, when we say something is false, it's because there's something that is true. And then, how do we know what is true about marriage? Because we're talking about marriage myths, okay? How do we know what's true about marriage and what is not true about marriage? Now, when you're talking about a concept, if you want to know the truth about that concept, then you have to go to the originator of a concept. A concept is simply an idea or an invention. So, we ask, who invented marriage? Whose idea was marriage? Who thought about marriage first? Now, unlike what most people believe, marriage did not evolve as a result of culture. Marriage didn't evolve culturally. Now, marriage is not man's idea. When you look up the book of Genesis and chapter 2, you discover that God, the Almighty God, actually originated marriage. He instituted marriage. Marriage was God's idea, not man's idea. Okay, so if you want to know the truth about marriage, if you want to know whether these myths are actually true or false, then we have to line them up with the mind of the manufacturer. What has he said concerning marriage? Now, when you're looking at his thoughts, what does he think about these myths? That's what we're going to be looking at in the series of videos. Okay, so let's just get started. Click on the next video and then we'll start with the first myth. Thank you for watching this.